you're late.
You're bad at math, but I'm giving you an A+ in confidence.
Just doing what I gotta do.
Extra credit.
What up? All right, let's see. Hello, Kitty. Been trying to settle down these mofos for quite a while. Isn't that right, mofo? I wonder if you can see him. Here, let's see. Oh, well, you can't do it. Oh, there's not really a... Yeah, anyway, he's there. He's there and he's big. Hey, buddy. Yeah, so they were flipping over food bowls and some more stuff today. They weren't having it. All right, what's going on? What's up, buddy? But at least I have him I can see him pulling his shenanigans. So if he tries to pull something, I'm right here watching you. All right. Let's see. Hello. It's cloudy, but maybe the clouds will burn off and we'll have a wonderful day. Let's see. Hello. Good morning. Hooday, what up? Bam. All right. What are you guys, what's on your mind? Let's see. Did I get some news? I got some news from Libra. They got me more documentation on, those of us that had bought early tokens. We're swapping all that into equity, just partnership deals with other companies, things like that. So they're doing all sorts of cool stuff. I put a video up both in the DPC chat as well as the Crypto and Coffee chat, or the digital investor chat. Yeah, used to be Crypto and Coffee. Anyway, yeah, there's video in there, and that's a company that they're working with. And then I guess they're powering that company's ability to, look at shelves and stock shelves and do orders and all this kind of stuff just using the app. So that's cool. And then they think they have some other investment money coming from another firm that was, related to Solana or something. I don't know. But anyway, so good stuff there. As far as them launching their token, there's no more clarity on that, because the problem they kept running into is that none of their clients want to use a crypto token. So yeah, they do not want to use a crypto token, period. And that's not them not wanting them to use it. It's none of their clients, right? Like, try to get Procter and Gamble to use your crypto token. They're going to tell you to go F yourself. Right? Try to get Nabisco or Kellogg or, Johnson & Johnson or any of these kind of large scale, Mondelez. Hey, use our crypto token. They're like, no, that's amateur hour at best. So there's still a bit of disbelief in the whole crypto thing, at least at the level of trading data and stuff like that. So that's frustrating, but they're looking for ways to implement a token, but they're not going to create the token until the token has some use. So I guess that's good. For the rest of us, what does that mean? The majority of us will be able to switch our early tokens into a kind of equity that's in a SPV. It's non-voting equity. So yeah. Okay, so it's non-voting equity, which that would make sense, right? So we're still kind of figuring all those little details out, but at least there's progress on that front. So that's good, and they're doing deals, and that's good. So they'll be making money, and at some point there'll be a use for a token. Who knows? Maybe just on the data side. Maybe not even public facing. Maybe under the hood. I don't know. Anyway, and I'm trying to get them connected to Hypercycle. Do you think the in-league people will be able to do that? I don't know, because that wasn't too in-league could be purchased by non-accredited investors. And if you're not an accredited investor, you can't mess with the equity stuff. So I don't know. Yeah. What the hell does what even mean? When you say, what does that even mean? Especially what the hell does that even mean? So you're saying it with emphasis. You might want to be specific in what you're talking about, Lisa. It's a little vague. It's like if you just burst into a birthday party and say, what does this even mean? They're going to look at you like, what the fuck are you talking about? So maybe be more specific. If you guys want specific answers, ask specific questions. If you want slop, don't ask a question at all. Just go onto Twitter or X and just go read messages on X. If you want slop, it's right there for you. So we lost money. Jesus Christ. Let me say something real quick. I have not seen in a long time a bigger bunch of fucking pussies than I have seen in the last 3 weeks. You guys want me to do a little rant? Here's your rant. Every one of you, grow the fuck up. Grow the fuck up and start acting like fucking adults. Start acting like you fucking invest money that you can afford to lose, which is what an investor is supposed to do, you fucking morons. If you guys are investing rent money, you're fucking stupid. And if you guys are taking one statement and extrapolating it out into the future, you're fucking stupid. You guys need a case of fucking act right. Act like fucking adults. Or sell all of your shit and get the fuck out of investing and go get a fucking 9-to-5 like every other jackass. Jesus Christ. I've never dealt with a bigger group of fucking pussies than I've dealt with in the last probably 6 weeks. Every fucking pussy in the world. This is bullshit. I was at a party Saturday. Everybody, oh man, this is bullshit. What's bullshit? The prices are down. Bitcoin's down. What? It's only 103,000. Shut the fuck up. Fucking pussies. All of you. Except for Houday. He might be the only person here who's not a fucking pussy. You guys sound like a bunch of whiny fucking bitches. Oh, my $230 is worth. No, motherfucker. It's not worth anything until they launch the token. Nobody knows the fucking future. You guys act like a bunch of fucking pussies. How the fuck do any of you have any money? Any money even to invest? Oh, it's just everybody acting like little bitches because the prices are down and because in-leave has not made them all fucking rich and all this kind of stuff. Like, when you invest in something, you guys realize, well, maybe you don't. Maybe I should go backwards a little bit. In the chat, answer. When I make an investment, I'm speculating. Yes or no? Is an investment speculation or is it a guarantee? If I put this $3 in, I'm going to be rich in 6 months. It's a speculation. Speculation. Yes. You guys know this. So why, in specific cases, do you guys go off on these weird fucking sad, feel sorry for myself, fucking, dude, a bird will fall dead, frozen from a tree in the middle of the winter without ever having felt sorry for himself. You guys have to have the emotional dexterity to make these investments. Period. If you don't, you can't. Okay, so that's good. Well, okay. Born gambler. We don't. Hopefully, it's a little better than gambling, but it is speculation and it's blurry, right? Like, it's not abundantly clear that speculating is that much more informed than just staring at cards and gambling, right? So good on you. At least you have the intestinal fortitude for this. But man, I have heard the whiniest shit in the last. Well, really, it's the last month. But just the whiniest shit. I even heard it when not it on October 10th when we had the dump and then the subsequent, vaginal lead panic that's happened since then. Before that, even when Bitcoin didn't break 126, it started coming down. I already started hearing the whiny bitches. Oh, man. Oh, here it comes. Oh, man. Oh, shut up. Bitcoin last year was dust, right? This time last year, we were what? This would be election day. Bitcoin was 60 something K, 65, 60 something. It didn't crack into the 70s until after the election, until tonight, a year ago. And then it got, so you don't have to go that far back. And if you had told everyone, hey, listen, I'll give you $103,000 of Bitcoin, they would have been like, this is the greatest day of my life. 100,000, remember, 100,000 Bitcoin had never been breached. Had never been breached, reached, achieved. There's a lot of ways you can say that. Anyway, so, and you guys are like, oh man, this is then go back to April, just April of this year. Ethereum was what, $1,400, $1,450. Oh man, the world is over. I started buying Ethereum. Remember at the beginning of the year when it was, I transferred a lot of Bitcoin into Ethereum and watched it go down by like 40, 45, 50%. And then it just went straight back up. So if you guys don't have the emotional dexterity to make these investments and to make investments with limits, if you can't sleep, adjust your portfolio or sell all of it and just go do something that doesn't stress you out. You don't get the win. You don't get the big win. You don't get all the prizes and accolades without the effort. There are very few athletes that make it on just talent. How do you do? I'm just talented. Oh, sweet. That won't get you that far when everyone's talented, like in the NFL. When everyone is as good as the best player you've ever played. This is what happens, like high school players. They're awesome in high school, and then they go to college, and then it's like they were the best player in the state. Now they go to college, and they're like 5 guys on the team that hit harder than anybody they've ever been hit by. But then they go play college ball. If they're super lucky and they make it to the NFL, then they go on to a team where the worst player on the team hits them harder than anyone has ever hit them in their whole fucking life. And then they go, this for the next 15 years or 20 years, if I'm lucky, is my career. Getting hit harder than I've ever been hit in my whole life, over and over for 20 years. Same thing. Investing is the same thing. Are some of you going to get lucky? Yeah. Some of you will get lucky. Some of you just bought at the right time and things went up and you think you're good. You're not measured by what you do when things go up. Everybody wins when things are going up. When things go down or they go sideways and you guys start panicking and acting like pussies and I feel sorry for myself and fucking clutching your pearls and just intellectually fucking weak. And you know who you are. And you say, he's not talking to me. Yes, motherfucker, I am talking to you. You guys need a case of, my buddies, I used to play soccer. They say, open up a can of man and shut the fuck up. Like a can of man because you're being a pussy. Open up a can of man and drink it and shut the fuck up. Or this isn't good for you. This is not emotionally good for you. Yeah, that's the thing. Think about that. Never been lucky, but been doing this investing thing since 1989. Think about that. I don't think there's a lot of you that can say you've been investing since the late 80s. I think in the late 80s, God damn, what was I doing? Well, I wasn't investing. I can tell you that. All right. So you have to have the stomach for this stuff. And when things go sideways, that's when you need to be, that's where being good, being clever, being, open-minded, looking at news, paying attention to things, doing research, going down those rabbit holes that you probably would normally not have looking for game theoretical ways to take kind of more control over your portfolio, like what yesterday, I didn't like what I saw. Ethereum just keeps breaking down, and I'm looking around and listening to a bunch of pussies, and I realize this is a fucking weak market with weak players. Weak. Behind the scenes, institutions are buying, but on the retail level, it is a bunch of idiots. I mean, really low IQ, degen, YOLO, fuck it, I'm poor already, I don't care, lottery ticket fucking losers. That's the makeup of the market right now. And those people are swayed by the shit that they read on Twitter, formerly Twitter, on X, right? Or True Social, or TikTok. They get investment news from TikTok and Instagram. Like a bunch of fucking idiots. And so that's what's in the market right now. So unfortunately, that's what's swaying the sails of your little ship out on that big ocean of fucking idiocy. You're on the ocean of idiocy, and you're being blown around by a bunch of morons. And that's the reality. So in that reality, when I was looking at that, I was like, I'm not sure I like where Ethereum could go right now. So I unwound my Morpho loan. I borrowed at Morpho against the wrap stake Ethereum, and I used that to fund my options account. I said, right now, I would rather be 100% in the options where I can generate an income above and beyond the 3% and change, the 3.7% maybe that you might get with wrap stake Ethereum. Plus, staking is coming to Ethereum anyway, so you'd be able to have your cake and eat it too. So I unwound the entire thing. It took me like 20 trades. Like, first you have to take some USDC and you have to pay down your loan, and then you can click a button that says pay and withdraw Ether. So you pay down your loan and withdraw X amount of wrap stake Ethereum. You know what you do with that? You go to the bridge, you swap it for USDC, you push the USDC back. Well, you don't push it back because you're swapping it into the same wallet inside, and that's the wallet that's already connected to Morpho. And then you do it again, repay and withdraw. Click, click, click. So you have to go, if it's a sizable loan, you have to go this amount, and this amount, and this amount, and this amount, and this amount. It took like 20 damn trades. I took that money, I pushed it, what was left. Okay, what was left was what I would have lost if I had gotten liquidated by waiting. And if this thing gets nuked while I'm asleep and I wake up, while I was willing to accept that loss before, I decided yesterday, you know what? I'm not in the business of giving money away. I'd rather have that money in motion over at E-Trade. So I took the cash, pushed it to Coinbase, wired directly from Coinbase to E-Trade. Money was in this morning. Trades already made this morning. So there you go. And the move, depending on what prices are now, they weren't great when I looked a little while ago. Yeah, 34.79. No bueno. Look at this. Look at this. No bueno. And it's all because you can tell. Look at the 90 days down 10. Look at the 7-day 10. So this is all last week. We would be green in most of these places if, because on the 90-day, down 4%. Look at Ethereum. 7-day, 15%. These things can happen. And is any of this based on any information in the crypto space? None. There was a hack at Balancer. They got pilfered for like $120 million. That is nothing. I mean, that is less than nothing. Certainly not enough to equal the 1.4 billion in liquidations yesterday. All we did is get whale dicked on Sunday. It was one whale, $750 million shorts against Solana, Ethereum, and Bitcoin. Anemic. Then they probably started selling somewhere else. Prices start coming down, and they get the result that they wanted. Surprise, surprise. The whales have dicked us once again. But they know that this is such an intellectually weak market, right? Just a low IQ market. And this low IQ, weak, sorry for themselves, scared, gun shy, market of investors that are these kind of relatively new to the game investors. They sell when the wind changes direction. They sell. I'm out. Will any of them ever be wealthy? No. Unless, they get hit by another car and they win some lawsuit by some sketchy ambulance chasing piece of shit lawyer. There is no real exit for these people. They're not going to exit the system. They're going to be working for somebody else, complaining about their life forever. A few of you will slip through the cracks, though. A few of you will go, well, has the underlying story changed? No. Is there actually any crypto news that's bad? No. Are institutions still buying? Yes. So what's hovering over the world right now? Well, hovering over us is forget about the weak intellectuals that are in the space, the ones that are left, the dummies, the dumbest dummies in the world. Now you have the dumbest politicians in the world with ransom demands and the hostages have already died, right? And now everyone's getting mad at Trump. Like, you better fund Snap. Why? I mean, Trump, they're trying to fund it. But, if I'm him, I'm almost like, why? You 9 Democrats, Schumer, why don't you motherfuckers go fund it out of all the dirty money you've gotten? Elizabeth, Miss Warren, why don't you go fund it? Fucking bitch. Oh, wait, you need the extra money to fight your libel lawsuit when you slandered Changpeng Zhao, CZ. Sorry, my bad. Keep your money. Like, why are 9 people holding the whole fucking planet hostage? Because it is holding all markets hostage, right? So, and then they have the audacity to get mad at Trump for not giving them the cash. What do you mean give them the cash? These 9 assholes won't let us turn the government back on. The minute the government's turned back on, all the money flows to SNAP, EBT, whatever you want to call it, right? Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program. Be mad at the right people. Don't be mad at the wrong people. So, like, Jesus, man. Like, leave it to the lazy ass Democrats to turn this into a thing that somehow Trump is on the hook for. Like, he's not the one keeping the government closed. It's stupid fucking Democrats. 9 of them. Schumer, Warren, and the other assholes. Like, so anyway, when you look at this environment, I don't want to be having any leverage in this environment. Because when you hear that on a weird random ass Monday to Tuesday, like Monday evening to Tuesday, that 1.4 billion can be liquidated and there's no news in crypto, that should make you worried. Not worried enough to go hide under your bed or panic, worried to start going, okay, let me shore up all my defenses. All right. Am I exposed to any leverage? Am I on any exchanges that could go belly up like MEXC? And then in your other investments, am I invested in private credit non-depository financial institutions? Do I have any exposure to them? This Indian guy, Bankam Ibakam or what? You saw that this guy completely, of course it's a scummy Indian guy. Like it's right out of a cheesy novel. Like, he basically made up accounts receivables and collateral and he was dealing with BlackRock, one of their subsidiaries. And he pretty much borrowed $500 million and then fucked off to the, Mauritius, the islands. He had the money there sent there and somewhere else. And it's like, it's gone. That shit's gone. Fat, scummy Indian huckster just basically got one of the BlackRock subsidiaries for $500 million. So he's probably laughing all the way to the bank, where BlackRock will probably hire someone to skin that fat fuck alive. That guy's not going to live to spend that money. They will absolutely assassinate you for that kind of shit. You can pull a scam on a lot of people and get away with it. You steal from BlackRock, they will hunt you down and fucking kill you. That guy's not going to make it. But he pulled his little $500 million scam. So, and this is, again, people lying about collateral, lying about accounts receivables, this kind of thing. This is a recurring theme that's going over and over. And so, as much as we hate to agree with Jamie Dimon, a few weeks ago when he said, where you see one cockroach, there's usually a lot more in private credit, he was right. Because I think I keep forgetting the name. Total something, First Brands. This is like a list now of like seven institutions have been beat up. First Brands was the one that was doing fake factoring. They were factoring off like fake and sketchy accounts receivables. But fake collateral, fake accounts receivables, fake collateral is the name of the game. Fake collateral, lots of it. And that's in the system, and it's a bunch of scummy business dudes. Maybe a little bit of it is listening to Jerome Powell and all this. And so the company, the NDFIs, the shadow banks, they were not maybe criticizing or critiquing or investigating collateral the way they should have been. And on the other side of it, you have a bunch of people pulling frauds. A bunch. And so you got to make sure you're not exposed to any of these little weird banks or any of these kind of, shadowy facilities that could get blown up if it turns out that all the money they loaned out is to fraud and fake collateral or no collateral, period. Like, because, if you're doing factoring, you're selling, you're kind of borrowing against your accounts receivables, right? Payday loans. And if those are fake, that's your collateral, and that's fake collateral. So fake collateral is kind of floating through private credit, and that's bad. We've seen 7 entities get rolled up. 7 does start to seem like something that's endemic. I don't know if a month from now we're at 14 or we're at 44, right? Like, so we don't know where this goes. Does any of this directly have to do with the crypto space? No, none of it. But it affects the psychology of the people that would be investing otherwise. Institutions are still buying. I'm doing what whales are doing. I just don't want to be exposed to this chaos, the fuckery. I don't want to be exposed to the fuckery in the meantime. And if a couple of clever whales, which we already know is happening, are using this to take advantage of the scared and the meek and the fucking emotionally weak, it is what it is. Just don't get blown up in the process. So that's kind of where we're at. And it's across the board, you did see some people moving into some privacy coins. I heard a lot about that. Like, there's a lot of distrust and all this kind of stuff. Yeah, I get it. So that's kind of where we're at. If there's anything in here that looks good, everything looks good right now. Everything looks cheap right now. But cheap does not always mean good, right? Just because something's cheaper doesn't mean it's good. Yeah, maybe, right? Yeah, you guys can go read about it. I think his name is Bankum. What's his name? Anyway, he got him. He got him good. Also, Michael Burry, who was made famous in The Big Short. He's starting to short Palantir and NVIDIA. I don't know that he understands AI. I would not short AI. That just seems really risky. It just seems really risky to me. Anyway, but yeah, NASDAQ's getting blown up. S&P, Dow, everybody's getting smoked today. So it's no surprise we're getting smoked over here too. AI washing and layoffs sweeping across the country. So there's more for the psychological kind of the lay down psychology. Oh, people still buy Litecoin. I don't know, Mark. I don't think does anybody buy Litecoin? When is the last time anybody even talked about that? Charlie Lee is such a, I kind of have mixed. I have mixed emotions about Charlie Lee. He's very smart. He's an intelligent guy. He's kind of a fucking worm. He had sold. So he forked Bitcoin. Now, he didn't do anything. He didn't create anything. He forked Bitcoin, and it was in the early days, and a bunch of people bought Litecoin, and that's it. And then he sold at the top, caused this, and told everyone, "Well, I just don't want to. I want to help Litecoin, but I don't want to be invested in it because I don't want there to be a conflict of interest." What exactly? So you're the founder, but you don't want to own any of the token that you founded. You just want to, at the top, sell everything you got, put a bunch of cash in your pocket. What? Go on the tour circuit? Just go on the tour circuit and what? Philosophically talk up Litecoin. And from that point on, I always thought Litecoin was a joke, and I thought he was a joke, and he is a joke. You can't take someone like that serious because they're not going to ever do anything. They're not going to ever do anything long term. It's kind of like the guy that created EOS. That guy's never going to do anything long term. Dan Larimer. He's in it for the launch. He makes his money on the launch, and then you guys can all go fuck yourself. He's gone. He's gone within a year. And he's done a couple projects, and he's rich. And guess what? You don't hear about him anymore. Why? Because he's rich, motherfucker, and he doesn't care. And guess what? EOS is broke, done. Does anybody talk about EOS anymore? That's another one that Novogratz was pumping. EOS is going to be the next Ethereum. Shut up, you fucking cow. EOS, the next Ethereum. Get off the gas. Anyway, I wonder how many people he bankrupted with that bullshit. This man, Novogratz has been bullshitting you for years. Years. So, yeah, Polkadot, dead. All these things. But anyway, corporate giants, Amazon, UPS, and Target each announced layoffs in recent weeks, totaling more than 60,000 jobs cut this year. Of course, the Federal Reserve doesn't know. They don't, I guess they don't understand these things. They're like, no. This is not real data. Oh, okay. I mean, it's the companies themselves saying they're firing people. No, we're not seeing it in the jobs data. We're not seeing it in unemployment. We're not seeing it. What do you? They're firing people as we speak. No. Okay. All right, Jerome. In the absence of the Bureau of Labor Statistics monthly job reports, the layoff announcements have raised questions about the strength of the labor market. Yeah, no shit. And if the state of AI-driven white-collar, and is this the start of the AI-driven white-collar recession? I mean, we're already in a recession, so I don't know what. This is how disconnected Wall Street is. They're worried now that because white-collar people, like computer programmers and IT guys are getting fired, that now we might be in a recession. Oh, shit, now there's a problem. You motherfuckers didn't say anything when the food stamps stopped flowing. Markets were at all-time highs the last couple days. Dudes can't eat. Families can't fucking eat. You guys are, everything's fine on Wall Street. Fucking tiny walled garden of fucking assholes. Anyway, now they're worried. Now it might really be something. Because people I know just got fired. It's not just the unwashed masses. It's not just a vibe session, right? Jerome said it's a vibe session. Oh, really? A bunch of people getting fired, can't fucking eat. That's a vibe session. Losing their cars, losing their homes. Fucking dick. But you know, anthropomorphic principle, right? If you live in a place where everything you see is BMWs and Mercedes, that's how you think the world is. You can't imagine it any other way. While some companies investing in artificial intelligence are looking to cut costs elsewhere, the layoffs more likely signal concerns about the economy of a slowdown in consumer spending, according to experts. These are experts that are just now coming forward. Where have they been for the last, really the only people that have been talking about this for the last year and a half has been a couple of the guys, like the oil guys. There was some oil guys that were talking about this because they could look at weak oil demand and they knew that, like, if that's tells you what the world's doing. They ain't driving. And the gears of economy are not turning because they are fueled and lubricated by fucking petroleum. So those guys knew, pretty obvious. The guys that watch the bond market, Jeffrey Gunlocks of the world, Jeff Snyders, those kinds of guys, they knew because, you know, You can see what money dealers are doing with money. And then I guess everyone else just blindly believes CNBC and these Federal Reserve jerk-offs. It's mind-blowing. Did you listen to Cook? Her babbling ass yesterday? What the fuck was she even talking about? That's Lisa, that's when you can say, what the hell did that just mean? That's where you say, after Lisa Cook talked, that's where you could say, what the fuck did she just say? Other than lying on her mortgage applications, what is she good at? And it's not just her. It's just she's the first to come forward like a jackass and dumb it up. And guess what's coming? 7 more Fed chiefs are gonna, not chiefs, Fed governors are gonna come dumb it up over the next 2 weeks. Not all of them, but most of them will dumb it up. And these, again, emptiest fucking suits in the room. But people tune in, man. Oh, Lisa Cook's gonna talk. What's she gonna talk about? Think she'll talk about how to get a good mortgage? No, probably not that. No, what else? Oh, she dual mandate. Oh, thank God. Thank God they still care about us. Hey, Susie, come look. Lisa Cook still cares about us. Dual mandate. Motherfucker. You didn't know what that means. Anyway, yeah, there are what could be called historic rounds of white-collar layoffs. And, you know, this is like the AI job washing type scenario, right? Like, they say that, like, with the proliferation of generic and agentic artificial intelligence playing a role, recent job cut announcements from Target, UPS, and Amazon are a lot more about just are about a lot more than just new technology, right? The firms, which each announced layoffs in recent weeks, totaling more than 60,000 roles eliminated this year, said they're trying to cut corporate bloat, streamline operations, and adjust to new business models. But in the absence of the BLS statistics, which, again, we all know the BLS stuff's BS, but it's something, right? You can compare it stupid to last month's stupid and the month before that's stupid. In the absence of BLS monthly jobs reports, which has gone dark amid the government shutdown, thanks to your favorite 9 Democratic politicians, the layoff announcements have raised questions about the strength of the labor market and if it's the start of an AI-driven white-collar recession. Pearl clutching. Some companies have outright said that they're replacing workers with AI. Klarna CEO Sebastian Unpronounceable said in May that the company was able to shrink its headcount by 40% because of AI. 40. See you later, bye. Duolingo said in April it'll stop using contractors for work that AI can handle. Salesforce laid off 4,000 customer support roles in September, saying that AI can do 50% of the work for the company. I think Salesforce is going to die. I think that everything Salesforce does is that AI can do it. Everything. Like, I really don't think, everything. I don't think there's anything left at Salesforce. If you own that stock, I'm not saying sell it. I'm saying you should have already sold it. Any company or individual that takes some available data, jostles it around, and hands it to someone else, that person's replaceable. You can just take them out and put in software, agent networks and agent systems and agentic AI. Like we're, you guys know this, or I don't know if I told you. I told some of you that we're started building an app that takes a story, a poem, a letter, a script, a screenplay, a novel, whatever you have, whatever your text document is, and it converts it into animated or live action, full production, music, dialogue, characters, fully rendered, photorealistic, or if you want, you could do it in claymation or whatever, fully rendered, text to film. No middlemen, no directors, no producers, no PAs, no editors, no fucking directors, DPs that charge you out the butthole because they want, let's get the angle. None of it. Fucking zero. And this is because we were so frustrated. We were so frustrated for a while because I had originally come to LA to be a writer, to write scripts for film and television. And I worked with all sorts of really good writers. And if you're any good at writing, you're looked at as a threat. So the only people that make it are the people that either kiss serious ass around town, and I don't have that gene in me, or the people that are just kind of hacks. They're kind of very basic and very malleable. But if you're actually any good, even your own mentors won't move you forward because they're all scared because there's so few jobs for writing. Yeah. So there is that. So anyway, we had been thinking a while ago, I was talking to one of my buddies, and AI wasn't where it needed to be a year ago, but it is there now. So we got a group working full time on that, and they are super nerdy, and that's exactly what we need. So anyway, we're developing that. We think we'll have an MVP, like a minimally viable product that we can show in about 3 weeks. Not show you people, show investors. Because also, even for people like they're like, no, you'll destroy Hollywood. That's not realist. Hollywood's destroying Hollywood. But even if let's say you're a producer and you have the rights to a film, and you're going into production. Come here, baby. You want to say hi? Come here. Want to say hi? Come here, baby. Oh, you're so fluffy. Come here. Come here. Say hi. Say hi. She loves kisses. Mwah. You're a good girl. See all the people? Yeah. Good girl. You're a good girl. Go play. So say you're a producer. You might use our app to well, it's a web app, so web app or DApp. You might use it to just storyboard your film before you film it. Or you might say, I want to try a couple different versions of this film in different kind of maybe tones or slightly genre twisted or things like that. Anyway, you'll be able to do all that. Let's see. I'd like you to consider my short stuff. Well, listen, you'll be able to do, once we have a working thing, you'll be able to play with it and just do whatever you want. It'll be subscription based so that it covers the fees that, because obviously, when you're using all these models. Now, we're doing some other stuff under the hood where we won't need to use other AI models. But for right now, we do need to use them for the MVP part of it until we build this kind of sub-layer of, anyway, that stuff doesn't matter. That's the kind of stuff that we'll talk about to investor people. But anyway, so we want to get it to a point where we can show it to some people, grab some cash, expand the team a little bit. We don't really need, other than compute stuff, we don't really need a lot of resources. We have the right people already, but we may need to bring on a couple of other people to streamline what, to make a real company out of it. Anyway, that's what's going on there. So that's kind of fun. But yeah, for storyboarding, that would be really valuable. So there's a use for Hollywood, but the other use is if you have a story and you want to tell it and you don't know the secret handshake in LA, you'll be able to tell it. Like you and the app. So our motto is, our robots let people tell stories. That's it, right? Like you shouldn't need to know producers and directors and agents and all this kind of shit and jump all these hurdles. If you have a cool story, you should be able to watch it. Text to production, text to film immediately. Well, immediately based on compute power and things like that. But like, you should be able to watch your stories come true. And also, what if you have a kid? You have a little 6-year-old kid and he made a story at school. You could animate that story. You could bring it to life. So anyway, this is what we're doing. So that'll be kind of fun. Anyway, okay. I need a job, some income. Yeah. Well, hey, everybody need a job. 11. Everybody need a job. Figure out something you're good at, because we live in a world where if you're good at something, somebody somewhere will pay you for it. Even as a consultant, even as look how many damn life coaches there are. And then now there's life coaches and everything. You know, you can hire someone to cuddle. You can be a professional cuddler. And I'm sure it's not as cool as it sounds. Matter of fact, I guarantee it is not as cool as it sounds. I don't think being a professional cuddler leads to the kind of outcomes that maybe you think it does. Anyway, do you think AI will disrupt the IT security industry? Well, I think the answer's in the question, right? And think about it. If you take some available information and you jostle it around and you hand it to someone else, you are replaceable. That's it. That's it. Any of us. And, you know, I don't know. I was recently discussing this with somebody, like, what comes next? So we're in very capable AI times. And what comes next? Well, AGI. And I think competing AGI systems. I think they've already reached AGI at OpenAI. Something tells me they have, but that's just my gut feeling. So you're going to see several AGI systems, and then it will be a race for digital superintelligence. And that will be the game theoretical, cold, razor sharp entity where math prevails. Period. At the AGI level, I think there'll still be some human qualities imbued into these systems. So, for instance, again, like you have the weapons facility researchers that work on, you know, how can we make our missiles more effective? How can we make our MIRVs, our multiple independent reentry vehicle nuclear laydown? How can we do the most human vaporization per warhead? Right? You have that group working on AGI, and then you have people in, you know, Finland that track butterfly migrations, and they're working on AGI. So those are probably two distinctly different kinds of AGI, of generally intelligent systems. So you could see a world where there are several of these competing systems until you have some dominant system that becomes a digital superintelligence. And then that's it. And then we're black boxed out of all that shit. Like we will have zero input, zero control, zero anything. So I don't know what that looks like. But I know that in the near term, it's going to be very bumpy and messy. And if you're in a business where you take available information and hand it to someone else, you're fucking useless. You just are. That's most of us. Me too. That's me too. Like, hashtag me too, bro. Like, I get it. Brandon and I will be fucking obsolete 2 years from now. So then we'll just, who knows? Maybe we'll switch up and we'll just talk about story time. I don't know. But we will be useless because there will be nothing you can get from us that you can't get from your agent assistants. That's why Brandon and I never sold a lifetime membership thing. Because it's stupid. What does that even mean? That's bullshit. The world changes too quickly. So all of us, everybody here, I think remember we used to say, spend some time thinking about thinking? Thinking about thinking. We need to think about what we're going to do. Well, we could do story time. Maybe we'll just convert it to like a writers group, and we'll just all be writers, and then we'll spit out our films. We can all vote on our own films and just be like a little cult filmmaking group. I don't know. But the point is, we all have to think about what our place in society is going to be when we're not needed in that society. And what we think our relevance is. We're all going to have to grapple with this. I think it's maybe something you should start grappling with now. And then you got to decide, okay, what are the things that are truly important to you? Are those monetary things? Are those space related? Like, do you just need space? Do you need freedom? Do you need to just decide what you need? Do you need professional cuddlers lined up every hour of the day so you have a new professional cuddler come in? I don't know what that would look like, and I think it'd be pretty gross. They actually have it. It's actually in California. You can become a licensed cuddler. But there's like this cuddler oath or something you have to take, and you're like, I can't refuse to cuddle. Like, what if the leper policy calls you? They're like, we're a bunch of lepers. We want to be cuddled. Do you get a hazmat suit and just go cuddle a bunch of lepers? I don't know the rules. So anyway, again, not as cool as you probably think it is. So I guess the final theme for today would be, I think everybody should take some time, and I challenge everybody here, all right, except for the people that I pissed off. And then if I pissed you off, good. Maybe you got to get a case of act right. You should fucking wake up. If you're pissed off or angry or I offended you, good. That means you're still alive. Take some time today. Take 30 minutes. Go to Starbucks or a coffee place. Go to a coffee place. You know, I don't drink coffee. Okay, snob. Go get some tea or whatever liquid that you can tolerate. A calming, soothing liquid. All right? Get a crumpet or a bagel. Tell them to toast the shit out of it. Throw some cream cheese on there. Kick your feet back. Kick your feet up? No, kick back. Kick your feet up. What do? You put your feet up and kick back, right? That's like two things in a row. Anyway, do whatever that is that you do when you have your coffee and your little snack. And spend 30 minutes, and this is after tipping generously. Don't be a dick. It's fucking hard out there. After having tipped generously, you're only spending $12. Give them another $12. Tip 100%. Be cray-cray. Spend 30 minutes thinking about everything that you care about that's not money. And then I would be spending the next few years streamlining every moment, every effort towards that. But you can't get to somewhere until you know where that somewhere is. And I don't think a lot of you even know, kick back and put your feet up. Yeah, that's how it is. You kick back and put your feet up. Like in one of those recliners that does it for you. That's appropriately called a lazy boy. So think about thinking and not money. I want to be rich. That might not mean anything 5 years from now. Right? That might not be a thing. What do you want that would make you happy that's not specifically cash based? Now, there might be a cash value to that. There might be a price for that. And if that's the case, great. Now you've brought it back to the real world. But spend 30 minutes thinking about what you actually want, what you think would help you derive the most happiness. That is your mission. Period. That's your mission. You've been given a mission. And other than that, we'll see you tomorrow. Stay in school. Don't do drugs. Don't do anything my poor and solvent drunk, sugar and meth, grandmother, or Brandon wouldn't do. And quit feeling sorry for yourself. Everybody's getting their ass kicked. It is what it is. Grow up. Put your big boy pants on. Drink a can of man. We'll see you tomorrow.